out. Barbara Corcoran is a self-made real estate mogul and founder and chairman of the Corcoran Group and Corcoran Productions. Barbara, welcome back to Money Matters. We love having you.
Nice to be here. Thank you, Gigi.
They say nothing good comes easy. Can flipping actually be this simple as so many people advertise?
No. Everybody likes to dream of making an enormous profit with very little effort. We all dream about things like that. But the truth of the matter is it's a business for a shark with a sharp eye, knowing exactly what they're doing. But you can make a ton of money in this field, particularly now.
Well, there's the recent slowdown of the real estate market. How's that going to affect the flipping?
It actually makes it easier because what's been happening is anybody and their brother-in-law and their sister-in-law think they can flip houses and make money because people have felt there was no way to fail. But right now the market is much tougher, so there are far fewer people going out looking for flipping, and it simply eliminates a lot of the competition. Also puts some rhyme and reason in this market so you can actually slow down and evaluate a little longer before someone else overbidding you. So it's an easier market, frankly, I believe, to make money while flipping today versus, say, 9 months ago.
Okay, good news. We do need some rhyme and reason for this market. It's long overdue.
What's wrong with that, right?
And you actually have some do's for us in terms of how to do this.
Yeah, well, there are many do's, but there are some that no matter what you have to pay attention to. The first one that I would cite would be you have to go into an area you know something about. Many people look for areas where prices are going through the roof and they think, oh, this is my opportunity, and they go to an area they know nothing about. Generally, the best house you could find to flip is in the town you're living in, where you're living, because you know the values, you know it's overpriced, you know it's underpriced, so half the homework's already intuitively done for yourself. So you really have to know where you're looking, and I say the closer to home, the better. The other is you have to budget for surprises. Very important. Most houses that you buy for property flipping purpose, you never get a chance to see the inside. You don't know what's wrong with the plumbing, the electrical. You don't have that opportunity to really inspect. They're purchased from the outside in. And very often as people leave, they're angry, they haven't paid the mortgage payment, they are very often demolishing a portion of the house on their way out. So you really have to assume the worst when you start budgeting as to what exactly you're going to do. I guess I'm going to frighten you away talking like this, am I right? I don't mean to say that. But it's just a matter of doing your homework and being very thorough versus being a daydreamer and thinking, oh, this is a snap, why don't I do that? I'll quit my day job and let's go. It's just not that kind of a business.
And that's the way a lot of people think, but before they run out and do this, and now that you've instilled fear into them, what don't you do when you're trying to do this? Okay,
you don't over-renovate. Many people who are new in this field go into a house and renovate it as though they're renovating it for themselves. Nonsense. Like, it's ridiculous to rip out a kitchen, better off replacing the kitchen countertops and minimal things like that. So you don't want to over-renovate because you're going to get stuck selling at a loss. It makes no sense. Another one I always have on my list is never look at it as a hobby. There are sharks in this field who do it full-time. There's nothing wrong with doing it part-time, and so I would suggest not quitting your day job, but you have to look at it as a serious business. It's not like, oh, let me do it as a side. Anyone who's lived through a renovation, done a renovation, knows how difficult it is, so you have to take those things rather on the serious side.
It can be really dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Are there certain parts of the country where this is a better idea?
Well, it's not necessarily a part of the country. There are hot markets across the United States, like certainly still, believe it or not, the Florida corridor is a fabulous place. Southern California is a fabulous place. But if I had to single out one commonality that the best flipping areas have in common, I would say think water. Places on the water in warm climates are appealing for so many groups, and there's always a quick turnaround in those areas. So if you had to pick one area, I say close to home is the best area, and if you happen to be close to home in a warm area, close to the water, that's usually where you'll realize your greatest profits.
Hopefully if you're close to the water, you're not in a hurricane area.
Well, even hurricanes don't seem to stop people. I mean, the values go up, construction goes up, and prices go up all over again. It's crazy, but that's really the way it is.
What's the best thing to keep in mind if you really want to resell that home? What is it that all buyers are looking for?
You mean on a property flip, you're speaking specifically. They're all looking for something that they can turn that key and move in just holding their toothbrush and their toothpaste and nothing else. They don't want to put a dime once they get that property. And so it's really merchandising. Merchandising for the person who wants nothing to do with property flipping, that wants to have it all done for them. And that's really what your goal is in doing these property renovations.
Well, I would buy any house you're selling, Barbara Corcoran.
You shouldn't. Who knows what I'd sell you.